What's up, guys? Patriots here, and today we have a little bit more of a serious topic, I guess. Today was my last day of middle school, 8th grade, so I'm going to be in 9th grade next year. But that's not. I was going to talk about more of just stories from, school this year or whatever, or just, I don't know, thoughts or something, I guess, I don't know. Or summer and looking forward to it. I don't know what I was going to talk about, but I don't want to go. I'm going to try to do this without going into too much detail. But basically Saturday morning, I guess, a kid in our school was found, his heart, stopped or whatever, and he was found, I don't know where he's found exactly, but he's brought to a hospital, and he's been in a coma ever since Saturday. And me and this kid, he didn't like me very much for some unknown reason to me. I guess his friends don't really like me, so he just kind of went along with them and not liking me, and I was fine with that. Whatever. You don't like me, just fuck off and don't talk to me. But everyone in our school seems to be his friend, or they didn't know him, but it just affected them. And today was our last day, and it was the oddest last day I think I've ever had. There was no smiling. Pretty much the entire school was crying. There are people that I never thought would cry about anything. I don't know, they never appeared to be that way, and then they were crying today. And I guess, I don't know how to put it, but it kind of got me thinking, just, something to think about. And I don't know, there was one of our teachers, she's a real bitch. People were crying, I guess, early in the day, and she said, get over it, it's not that big of a deal. And, say that, I haven't cried yet. It didn't really affect me. It didn't really bother me. I don't know. I guess I've always been that way, though. Don't want to sound like a serial killer here, but things have never really bothered me that much, or visibly bothered me. I might think about it, but I don't cry about it. It's not my reaction to things for some reason. It's just my uncle died when I was 8, and not that I understood, but it didn't really bother me, I guess. I don't know, I remember it was late at night, and the funeral was going to be in 2 days, but I guess my aunt was a wreck, and she lives about an hour and a half away from us, and all I remember is my parents bringing me over to my cousin with my sister, and saying, they'd be back, and, that my uncle would drive us down there in the morning or whatever. They had to go. And it didn't really bother me, and we were down, me and my other aunt and uncle stayed in my uncle who died's house for the next 2 days, and my parents went to the funeral the next day, and it never really bothered me, and I guess I wish he was still here, but it doesn't bother me all that much. It doesn't bother me visibly, I guess. I'll think about it, but it's not that big of a deal. And the thing that really got me thinking is my aunt's been in the hospital for over a year. There was bleeding in her brain or whatever, and I don't know. They don't really relate because she wasn't in a coma per se, but she didn't understand what was going on, and she still isn't really All I remember is when she woke up from the surgery. She was saying these random numbers, and she just kept repeating these random numbers, and no one knew what she was talking about. We thought it was a phone number or something. And we went through, the papers on her table. We couldn't find anything. And then they, called the bank and said these random numbers, and it was, the numbers to an account or something. And it had, tons of money to help pay for her being in the hospital and stuff. And she's still there now. She doesn't... She can have a conversation with you, but she repeats herself a lot. She swears at you a lot, which I think is rather funny, but she doesn't know what objects are. She basically has flashcards to teach her what things are. I don't know how to explain it, and she doesn't really know names. When you walk, if she knows my name now, but when you first walk in, she smiles as if she recognizes you, and she says hi, and talks like she would normally, but she refuses to say your name because she just doesn't remember. And basically, if the kid in my school does wake up, which, 50-50 chance either way, I guess, he's probably not going to remember anything because he's going to have, like, brain damage because they didn't find him for a while, like, after his heart had stopped or whatever. And, been home for, like, 2 days, and everyone's crying. They're all, like, going to visit him. I don't think I'm going to go visit him because we weren't exactly friends, like, and I don't know how to put this. Like, I feel bad for the people who, like, knew him and who are crying, like, ridiculously. Like, I feel bad for him, but I kind of feel worse for them because, like, it's made them a mess. Like, when my friend, like, he never gets upset about anything. Like, me and him kind of share the same. Everything makes us mad, but we don't actually get, like, upset about things. Like, we get mad at things that go wrong, but, people, like, their dog die, like, we would not really care, but everyone else would be crying. And he, like, started crying in one of our classes and just kind of walked out of the room. And that bothered me more than hearing the news of him being in the hospital. I mean, I guess now I understand, like, I feel bad, but it's just, I'm not going to cry about it. Like, it's not my reaction to things. I might sound like a serial killer here, which may or may not be a good thing. I sound like an emotionless rock, but, like, everyone was kind of getting mad at me because I wasn't crying, and, like, I can't just, like, forcibly make myself cry just for the sake of it. Like, maybe something will happen someday that'll actually make me cry, but, when I learned my aunt was in the hospital, I didn't cry. I was just like, she okay? And they're like, yeah, the surgery went fine, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, she'll probably be in there for a little bit over a year. And I was like, oh, she's probably going to go home soon, so hopefully sometime, either by the end of this month or middle of July, she'll get to go home. That's cool. I'll probably bring you guys more news on kid from school. Try not to go into too much detail about it. Just not really my place to speak about it, I guess. But it was an odd last day, and I think this was the first time the entire school, like, didn't want to kill each other, which was nice to see that even the people who are usually giant assholes could, calm the fuck down and just be friends with everyone. The thing I didn't understand was everyone kept talking about it and just kept crying about it, and I was like, just leave it alone. Better off not talking about it, but I kind of understand why they're talking about it, and we signed, like, a big poster board thing and a couple of cards to give to them, so that was nice, I guess. And before I wrap this up, I don't think I'm going to throw gameplay on this, just because it's more of a serious commentary, I guess. But before I wrap this up, you guys probably saw the stuff about JX23, and I just want to say, like, leave the guy the fuck alone, honestly. Like, just leave him alone, okay? It's not that big of a deal. Like, they knew what they were getting into. Just leave him alone. Like, leave his personal life out of YouTube, please. And, like, this is the trolls that, like, at the worst. Like, I've never seen them this bad. Like, you don't do that. You don't mess with a guy's personal life and bring it into YouTube. Like, hate on his Call of Duty commentary, but don't bring his personal life into it, okay? Because that's just wrong, and I hate the trolls when they hate on just regular videos, but that really got to me yesterday. Like, I don't know, that was a lot. And I don't know, just leave him alone, guys. Like, life's too short to be, YouTube trolling. Like, there's definitely something more important you could be doing. Like, I don't troll people. Like, if you're gonna do anything on YouTube, like, sometimes I think that a lot of us spend too much time on it. But if you're gonna do anything, just make friends and, be nice to each other. Like, if you don't like somebody's videos, don't watch them. If you don't like someone's personality, don't listen to it. Just shut it off. You're not being forced to do it. If you don't like someone's comment, don't get into a bitch fight about it. Like, it's in, the great big picture, in the grand scheme of things here, it's not that important. Like, it's just YouTube. And you don't want to bring someone's personal life into it. That's wrong, okay? Don't do that. Like, I kind of feel bad for him because Machinima's investigating him. He might lose his directorship, partnership. You know, he might lose all that, and for what? Because he had a personal life and trolls brought it into YouTube? I don't think that's right, and even if they don't decide to take it away from him, like, no one's ever going to leave him alone about it. Like, there's going to be the trolls who, you know, take this as ammo and just, like, either way, whatever way this comes out, like, these trolls are going to be giant asses to him, and I feel bad for the guy. Like, this personal life shouldn't have been brought into this, and whoever the person was who took the screenshots and then leaked them to everyone, like, get a fucking life, dude. Come on. Like, that. Don't do that. That's not good. I don't know. I hate trolls, and that pushed me over the edge, I think. So, yeah, kind of a sad, happy, then sad, now angry commentary with a lot of serious topics in it, and I just hope that, you know, on YouTube and in real life, everyone could just get along and stop fighting, because things like this kind of make you think about, like me and him, like, why the fuck were we fighting? Like, what the fuck was the point? Like, there were times I wanted to, you know, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but there were times that I was pretty close to just punching him out, and now I'm happy I didn't do it, and sad that I even thought about doing it, and honestly, from what I've heard, it's actually pretty cool, so maybe, you know, hopefully when he makes it out of this, me and him can kind of talk and get over it, I guess. Our differences, that is, get over that. So, yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for listening, because there's nothing to watch. Hope you guys take my advice and stop fighting and bitching at each other, and this has been Patriots, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.